the truth is never comfortable. For example, if a person, if someone chooses to live a life of honesty, a life of holiness, speaking the truth, and doing the will of God, just imagine what will be the situation of that person. If a young person desires to seek truth, seek God, live a life of holiness, and what will be the situation of that person? Certainly, that person becomes uncomfortable for others. When we speak what is good and what is right, we become uncomfortable to society, uncomfortable to our family members, uncomfortable to even our own community members. And this is what Jesus exactly tells in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 10 verses 34 to 36. Father against son, son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother. And this happens when someone chooses to live a life of holiness, a life of honesty, seeking the truth and doing the will of God. Suddenly, we become uncomfortable to others. There was a recent incident where a husband corrected his wife for having an external marital relationship with another person. The husband's truth and correction became uncomfortable to her. So, in order to get rid of him, she joined with another person and killed him. We see, my dear friends, in this incident, husband's truth and correction became uncomfortable to her. And this is what exactly we see in today's first reading. St. Paul's preaching, teaching, testimony, and witness about Christ made Romans, Gentiles, and pagans to feel uncomfortable. For this reason, St. Paul was imprisoned. But even from the prison, Paul continues to disturb them by writing letters through St. Timothy. In the Gospel reading, Jesus says, "Whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister." However, doing the will of God is uncomfortable. Doing the will of God, speak truth about Christ, living a life of holiness, taking up our daily cross and follow Jesus, always invites misunderstandings, challenges, persecutions. And why? Because we are living according to the will. And suddenly we become uncomfortable to others in the society or in the family or in the community. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, being uncomfortable is not a sign of failure, but a sign of discipleship, a sign of faithfulness, and a sign of honesty. Therefore, let us choose to be uncomfortable to the world so that we may be faithful to God. Let us not be ashamed of preaching the gospel. Let us not be ashamed of doing good. Let us not be ashamed of being faithful and being obedient. Let us not be ashamed of forgiving someone and loving someone. But instead, let us be ashamed of committing sin, doing evil. Let us be ashamed of compromising our values with the world.